Hello and welcome to Ref Sports double header Sunday today. It is the IPL 2026 and the first match obviously is going to be played at the Eden Gardens where the winless Kolkata Knight Riders will take on a high-flying Rajasthan Royals. And to give all the updates, because if KKR loses today, then it's curtains for them. They have already lost 5 games, and they are the only team who is yet to open their account. The only point that they got was from the rain abandoned game against the Punjab Kings, which was played at the same venue. But now, if KKR loses today, then it's eventually obviously they will be there mathematically, but it will be very hard for them to get to the knockouts. And because it is Kolkata Knight Riders, who better than Devashish Sen from Eden Gardens to talk about how KKR can fight back? Because KKR fans, they are obviously they are very excited. They always support. They come out in big numbers. They always give their best to support the team, but team hasn't done really well in this tournament. As I said, the only unbeaten team in the tournament so far. But before we get on to the details of the match, I think all the people who are asking about the weather update, you can see Mohor wearing the red cap. It tells you that the sun is beating heavily down on people, so there are no chances of rain. So I don't think there will be rain, and I'll quickly go to Devashish. Devashish, what is the mood like among the fans? What they are talking about? Because obviously it hasn't been the season that the fans were expecting. Even we were not expecting. 5 6 games KKR will be the only team that will be winless. So what fans are talking about? Is it about Vaibhav Suryavanshi or how KKR will fight back? What exactly the fans are talking about?
Yeah, Vaibhav, obviously, it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed much from the last few matches. We have seen pretty low turnout, and it might be the same on Sunday as well. Yes, you can see few fans coming up because it's being a Sunday and also an afternoon game, and also Vaibhav Suryavanshi is playing the teenage sensation. But let me guarantee you one thing, that it won't be a sold out, unlike what it is with except for that first match where the turnout was the maximum. I think it's going to be the same as has been the case in the last few matches here at the Eden Garden. So I am seeing not more than 30,000 fans. I might be I might be saying the numbers too many, but so far it's 235 now, but pretty low turnout. If I could show you what it is like, if I can show you the live pictures, you see the roads in front of me. That's the road in front of the clubhouse, and it's pretty empty. It's pretty empty. See, you can see the police personnel, the teams. Both the teams have arrived a few minutes back. The Kolkata Knight Riders and the Rajasthan Royals team. The Rajasthan Royals players, most of their family members are also here. We might also see Vaibhav Suryavansh's parents. I couldn't see them in the team coach, the bus that was carrying the family members, but we can see definitely expect him, both his parents as well as his younger brother Ashirvad, turning up to watch the match at Eden Gardens. But overall, if you ask me, for the atmosphere, I won't say it's an electrifying atmosphere to say the least, and the weather, it's pretty sunny and hot. Vaibhav.
Right, thanks for that update. Also, there is a breaking also coming in, which we already posted on our social media platforms as well. Devashish, can you give us the details of what is happening with Blessing Muzarbani and the PSL? Already, there is an update from his agent that Blessing Muzarbani didn't get any sort of contract that PSL has banned, and the agent has requested PSL to lift the ban because they never received the contract. So, what are the details of that?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, as is pointed out by his agent, he hasn't got a contract with the PSL franchise, and that is the reason he signed for Kolkata Knight Riders. He has already played in the first game But with Pakistan Super League, it has always been the case when it comes to player management with the franchisee and the players. So obviously it will be interesting whether Muzarabani gets an opportunity to play in today's game. Vaibhav, I am certainly interested in seeing a few changes in the side. But let's give a quick update. Matisha Fatirana has joined the KKR squad last night. But it is very unlikely that Matisha Fatirana will get a nod in the playing 11. So it will boil down to the choice between Rachin Ravindra or a Tim Seifert or a Finn Allen, Robman Powell. So these are the few options, and obviously Sunil Narine. So I don't see a Pathirana getting into the playing 11 either. But obviously, whether Blessing Muzaravani gets an opportunity, it will be interesting. But I think the overall the body language of the team, the players as a whole, I think it doesn't look very what doesn't look very positive. Vaibhav.
Exactly, and when you lose back to back games, and there is a lot of pressure from the outside as well. There, the fans are talking about it because KKR is obviously one of the most successful IPL teams, and they have not really done justice to the squad that they assembled last year. Obviously, it has been the campaign started right from the start. Harshit Rana's injury, then Mustafizur Rahman getting dropped from the squad. So a lot of things haven't gone their way. Obviously, Matisha Patirana, as you said, he got the NAC. I was talking to Shwan Chakraborty. He only told me last night that Sri Lanka cricket gave him the NOC on, I think, on 10th or 11th, but he couldn't travel to Chennai to join the squad before the CSK game or for the GT game in Ahmedabad. So and as you said that it is highly unlikely that he will be available for this particular game as well. But more talking about the last game, I think according to me, that last game was KKR's best game so far because it went down to the wire. Went down to the last over. There were a lot of positives from that game that KKR can take. Beat Cameron Green's beat, beat Cameron Green's batting or Varun Chakravarti getting those 2 wickets. Sunil Narine being economical. So there were a few positives. There were some bright spots from the last game as well. So can KKR, can KKR build on that and get their first win today? Because conditions are ideal. You have got two quality spinners plus one Anukul Roy. It's an afternoon game. There will not be a dew. And Rajasthan Royals are also coming from of a heavy defeat.
No, I think when you talk about the Rajasthan Royals, yes, they started the season on a great note, winning 4 matches on the trot before eventually losing out that last game against Sunrisers Hyderabad by 67 runs. But if you look at the squad strength, I think they are very well balanced. Their batting is they bat their top. They have a top heavy batting with the likes of Vaibhav Suryavanshi, who has been outstanding. 200 runs in 5 matches at a strike rate of 263.15. They also have a Yashasvi Jaiswal and Dhruv Jurel, who have also contributed handsomely. Yes, Rian Parag has fallen short of runs. He has only scored around 151 runs only. So that is the worrying sign for Rajasthan. Their captain is not firing, and so as well as Simran Hetmyer. Both of these experienced batters have not batted well, or rather not contributed well. But when comes to their bowling attack, obviously they have a very well balanced bowling attack in the likes of Jofra Archer, Nandri Barger. They have a Sandeep Sharma. They have a Ravi Bishnoi. So I think they have a very pretty balanced bowling attack. But for KKR, obviously none of the batters have got amongst runs. They look. I think they look caught in the middle whether to go out attacking the batters or defending. And you could see the power play scores in the last 2 matches. In the second last game, they scored 36 in the first 6 overs, and in the last game, they scored only 37. So I think that said, that itself tells the story. Means Ajinkya Rane tried to get going and got out first ball. Obviously, Ankush Raghuvanshi got a piece of a delivery from Kagiswar Rawada. He aged the ball. Cameron Green, I think he has shown glimpses of perhaps coming back to form. I won't say, but obviously we have to see whether he carries on the good momentum that he got in the last match. But a lot of worries. Vaibhav, if you ask me, Team Seifert has not worked. Click. So as well, Finn Allen. First two matches he did score in Mumbai Indians, especially the first game. But ever since then, obviously he has failed to score. It was at the same ground where he scored at 100 of 33 balls. But so far, the problem is none of the foreign players except for Cameron Gill and to some extent Sunil Narine, especially the last two matches, he has bowled well. I think KKR has plenty of worries. Rinku Singh, someone the team management relied heavily upon, he has also not fired. He has looked a pale shadow. Ramandeep Singh. So overall, the KKR, I don't think whether they can bounce back and bounce back and win their first match in the campaign so far.
For Devashi, it's looking very tough. Like if you are a KKR fan, you don't want to listen him right now because he has no hopes whatsoever that KKR will win or can get their campaign back on track. But more, as I said, last game there were a few positives, and last game was I think KKR's best game so far this season because their Cameron Green scored obviously top order didn't fire, but again Cameron Green scored. Varun Chakravarti getting two wickets, getting some confidence. I think there was some communication off the camera between Sunil Narine and Varun Chakravarti, the senior pro guiding Varun Chakravarti. So KKR for them this season has been. You cannot just pinpoint on one thing. Yeah, obviously you will start with Ajinkya Rahane, not one of the best captains when it comes to this format, especially in IPL. Worst win percentage, but it is not solely about Ajinkya Rahane, the captain. Last game it was not. Big total which they could have defended, but Ajinkya, I think to his credit, did really well to bring the game to the last over with that bowling attack. So you cannot all point fingers to Ajinkya Rahane. Obviously, he hasn't fired as a captain, but last year he was your top run getter. There are more concerns like Devashish highlighted, Rinku Singh's form, Ramandeep Singh's form. These are the players whom KKR retained. These are the players whom KKR have invested in. When Rinku Singh, because till last season we were talking about Rinku Singh not getting that role clarity, not getting enough balls to bat. Now we have seen Rinku Singh batting at 5, at 6 as well last game, but Rinku Singh hasn't performed. Is this the biggest concern for KKR that Rinku Singh, their most reliable batter, vice captain of the team, hasn't come good so far?
Yeah, definitely. It's one of the biggest concerns. I would not put the entire blame on him because if you look at the entire batting unit, barring one or two people, nobody has been able to, contribute that great as of now. If you look at the opening combination for starters, it has been shuffled so much. There has been so much confusion regarding who is going to open. One time you see Finn Allen, then he is rested, then Tim Seifert comes in, Sunil Narayan is promoted, and then again, once again, you see Ajinkya Rahane at the top. So there has been a lot of, I think the planning has not gone up to that level. The execution, the planning, nothing has been up to that level. I think, and of course, if you want to rely on the, your lower order batters, for example, Rinku Singh, Ramandeep Singh, none of them have been able to contribute as much as you would want them to contribute. Especially all of them have proper experience. They've all played for this franchise. So I mean, it's definitely a lot of factors combined, Vaibhav Bhaiya. It's a lot of factors combined. It's captaincy decisions. It's lack of individual form. It's the injury that KKR was, grappled with. So many injuries, one after the other. Uncertainty of players. Everything combined, I think, that is what is hurting them. But yes, as you talked about the last game, there were some positives. Even though Cameron Green started off, I mean, very slowly. It was, he took a lot of time to sort of stabilize and start accelerating. But then it was still positives that he was able to contribute. But again, I feel like since it was Gujarat Titans and they don't have a middle, it's completely my opinion, they don't have a strong enough middle order, which is why probably the match went out in the last over. But with that amount of total, if the match had been with perhaps an RCB or a Punjab Kings or even perhaps with a Rajasthan Royals, I think they would have chased the total much, much earlier. That is my opinion. They have a lot of things to work on, a lot of, things to figure out who is going to open, who is going to come when. Rinku Singh at in one game you see him coming in at number 5, and the very next game somehow he gets shuffled down the order. He's coming much later than everybody else as the vice captain. So a lot of things that need to be taken care of, and I think if they come here with the right combination and with the right planning, maybe they can. I am not pinning too much of my hope because obviously considering the forms of both the teams, who is in better form. But yes, it's their home ground. Most of these players have good records here. Let's see if they can come around. Very thin chance, but let's hope for the best.
The concerns, doesn't seem only about the related to form of the players. I think many of the chatter around the KKR team is about the role of the coaching staff. Obviously, if you look at the coaching staff, they have the stalwarts, T20 stalwarts in Dwayne Bravo, Shane Watson, two of the greatest T20 all rounders. Then you have a Tim Southee, one of the best fast bowlers across formats, and then you have an Abhishek Nair as well. You have a very experienced domestic coach, if you'll see. But what exactly is going wrong? Is it something behind the scenes tactically they are going wrong? Entry points strategically they are going wrong? Because if you look at Abhishek Nair's CV as a coach, as a head coach, it is not something that that looks promising. Even with UP Warriors in WPL recently, UP Warriors couldn't qualify for the playoffs. So questions will be asked, because now you have lost what 5 games already, and this is the last opportunity. So is KKR's worries limited to on the field, or it is something off the field as well? Because you cover the practices as well and everything. What is exactly is going in the KKR camp right
I think it's a mix of both. Firstly, the players haven't fired means a team looks a captain or a team looks as good as the players perform, and which is not the case here. Ajinkya Rane is the second highest scorer in the KKR batting lineup apart from Ankush Raghuvanshi. But having said that, and none of the other batters, be it Rinku Singh, be it Finn Allen or a Tim Seifert or a Robman Powell, none of them made a useful contribution. Means obviously they did had a start, but haven't got a considerable contribution so as to take the team forward. And also the bowling has also lacked the sting. Yeah, when it comes to Vaibhav Varada, he was your top wicket taker last season with 17 wickets. But so far, he has been a pale shadow of himself. Varun Chakravarti, once again, I don't know what has happened with him. Varun Chakravarti, since the T20 World Cup match in South Africa, nothing has gone right for Varun. And that is also a huge concern for Kolkata Knight Riders. They are fringe bowlers. Means they picked a Navdeep Saini who has failed to justify his selection, given that he was picked in place of Akashdeep. So that has also not worked. And also the most important thing is that overseas players. But also at the same time, you have to blame the owners will also the team management should also take the owners. Means how can you drop a Rinku Singh to number 7 in the last game? Rinku Singh batting at number 7, is it justified? Means obviously that is a call that is taken by the team management. So Abhishek Nair should come out and answer as to what was the rationale behind sending in a Rinku Singh at number 7. Cameron Green, take another example. One moment he bats at number 3, then in one of the matches he goes in at number 6. Aaron Finch in live broadcast said, for Australia also Cameron Green has not batted in such unfamiliar position. So these are the things that the management needs to take a call. So I think it's a collective effort. I feel it has got to do with the management, the players, the captaincy, the leadership. Everyone has failed to do well as a collective unit.
There seems to be a confusion. You look at the every time KKR players, there seems to be a confusion whether it's related to playing the best combination. I think it's been 6 games, but KKR are yet to find their ideal combination. They don't know who's their number 3. They are yet to figure out their opening combination, which was the case last year as well. Last year it was Quinton de Kock versus Ramanullah Gurbaz. The competition went going, and the top order never looked settled. The combination that they got in 2024 early on the season, Phil Salt and Sunil Larin, that hasn't been the case this season so far. And more, I think probably one of the prima reasons why KK are struggling, that they haven't nailed down their best playing combination yet. And we were very surprised. Like I'm sure you guys also were very surprised when Blessing Guzarbani was dropped. The man who picked 4 wickets in his last outing and he was dropped later on, knowing that bowling is the weaker suit. If you'll compare it with KKR's batting, bowling has been the weaker suit given the Varun Chakravarti's form and the inexperience in the Indian bowling attack. It's on the weaker side. So still you are dropping a Blessing Muzarbani and playing a Rahman Powell, an extra batter. You don't need a batter. Why you are playing an extra batter? So what exactly the playing combination for KKR should be for this particular game, because knowing this is a afternoon game, you have three spinners. So can you afford to drop another batter and bring another bowler just to bolster your bowling attack?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely correct. They are yet to figure out their correct playing combination, and by the time they're figuring it out, their run is almost over, as you can see. So that has been the major point of concern. Post 2024, they have struggled to find a proper opener alongside Sunil Narayan. Sunil Narayan has also been put down the order at times, so it's a lot of confusion at this point. And yes, dropping Blessing Mozlabani, I think at some point they thought that they required an extra batter for, that Andre Russell effect at the end, at the lower orders, so that someone could walk in and provide those crucial runs. They, a very explosive innings coming in, but I don't think he has been able to have that effect as yet. And I think at this very ground, I would want to see a Blessing Muzrabani in the squad because he can extract the bounce, especially alongside. If he's in the squad, that is, I'm really excited to see a Blessing Muzrabani versus a Vaibhav Suryavanshi if that happens. I think Blessing Muzrabani should be in the squad for today's game. Rest, I don't know what they'll do. In the previous game before Cameron Green, scored those crucial runs, I was suggesting probably a Tim Seifert and a Finn Allen to open alongside each other because they've played together. They have a certain chemistry. They have a certain understanding between themselves. So I suggested that. But then since Cameron Green fired the other day and he was the only one who sort of carried the batting order, I don't think he will be dropped, and he shouldn't be dropped. He has to be back as far as batting is concerned. But as far as bowling is concerned, they have to strengthen their bowling order because Harshit Rana not being there, their main bowler who used to take up who used to take wickets for them. You don't have Akashdeep is ruled out. Pati Rana is not going to join, and all the others. If you see the pacers, they are mostly inexperienced. So, in order to complement them well, I would want to see a Blessing Muzrabani in this squad. So let's it's up to the management to decide what they do.
Devashish, you also will bring up Blessing Muzarbani. What are the changes that you would like to see in the KKR playing 11 today?
No, I don't see any changes. I think then the foreign brigade. I think Team Seifert will get another opportunity. He only played one match, so I think, and that was unfair as well. So I think Team Seifert will definitely get another opportunity. Robman Powell, yes, he looked menacing in the last game, but he got out just when he was looking to be taking the game away. So I think Rockman Powell, Sunil Narine, obviously he has been the most impressive among the bowlers. So Sunil Narine, obviously he will be there as well. It will be interesting if KKR plays Blessing Muzaraban. So then who do you leave out? If you have Cameron Green, I don't. Because after last match, he was the highest scorer. He took a brilliant catch. He has started bowling as well. So I think Cameron Green will. So for me, I don't see KKR making changes as far as foreign players are concerned. But I would have loved to get in a Blessing Muzaraban, given the way Vaibhav Suryavanshi got out in that last match against Sunrisers Hyderabad against Prakash Singhe. It was a short ball.
I think
I think
network
we
is.
lost him. I think we
Yeah.
lost him. So he will join back, but he was making a point about, I think, Blessing Muzarbani's case for this particular game, as Moore
Yes.
also said. But changes are looking highly unlikely at the moment, because I don't think they will drop a Roman Powell. I don't think they will drop a Cameron Green as well. So let's see what are the four overseas players that KKR will opt for. But now let's shift our attention to the other team, Rajasthan Royals. Obviously, we are not talking a lot about Rajasthan Royals for obvious reasons, because see, despite that loss to SRH, first over, three wickets going down, but there was a positive. At one point, they threatened RCB's 49 all out, and from that point, they went on to score 120, 130 odd. Donovan Ferreira getting the first opportunity to bat in the season, he justified why he's being selected, why he's being preferred, and one of the hardest hitters of the cricket ball right now. So Donovan Ferreira proved his worth. Jadeja, although played a second fiddle at a low strike rate, but he also, somewhat showed some resistance in that game, which was required. At least that didn't impacted their net run rate in a big manner. But Rajasthan Royals looks a complete unit. Best power play bowling attack so far in the season. Their openers are firing. Even there was an optional practice session yesterday, and Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Yashasvi Jaiswal, although they are in form, still they attended the optional practice session, and that itself tells you about those two players how hungry they are for runs. Whether it's Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Yashasvi Jaiswal, I'm sure Vaibhav Suryavanshi is eyeing a spot in the T20 team. So is Yashasvi Jaiswal, because Yashasvi Jaiswal is a regular in Test cricket, but in one day in white ball setup, he's still on the fringe. He's still a fringe player, so he's obviously looking to get his place back. I think Devashish is back. Yes, he's back. So I think for Rajasthan Royals, I think it's another. It will be another game for them. They just have to do their basics right in order to beat this KKR team, because this KKR team looks hapless, down in confidence. You can see the players. They are very unsure of what they are going to do. No role clarity. What will the entry points of players? And that is, I think, has been the biggest disappointment, because Ankit Raghuvanshi, the batter who scored two half centuries in the first two games, at number three, you dropped him to number four for no real reason. I think these continuous changes have hampered KKR's campaign, and everybody is talking about that there are no signs of improvement. But Rajasthan Royals, on the other hand, Devashish, what were the highlights from the practice session? Obviously, you did a video, but can you give us a glimpse of what Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Yashasvi Jaiswal were doing in an optional practice session?
Yeah, Vaibhav, obviously, if you, I'll just start with the mindset of the Rajasthan Royals team. They arrived in Kolkata on Wednesday, so they had three practice sessions at the Eden Gardens. So that goes to show that they are, means obviously, they are very keen to get back to winning ways after losing that match against Sunrisers Hyderabad. So I think you can clearly make out the intent. See, in this format, it is more of an intent. How you are looking at things, and that is why I would say that they had three practice sessions, and Vaibhav Suryavanshi, yes, the youngster got out first ball duck, and you could see from his body language. And the best part is that when you have a Kumar Sangakkara, I in fact asked him about Vaibhav Suryavanshi's failure in the last match, and Sangakkara immediately said, "No, I don't want to put any burden on the youngster. Let him play freely. He has been batting well in the middle, and that is all you want. You want Vaibhav to enjoy himself going out there in the middle, and he has done well so far. And let's not overburden him. And that is the best thing to have come from the head of cricket and also the head coach of Rajasthan Royals. And in the last three practice sessions, we have seen the Rajasthan Royals batting coach Vikram Rathod constantly having a word with Vaibhav. And the best part is that none of the Rajasthan Royals think tank, I mean, be it a Sangakkara, be it a Vikram Rathod, be it a Trevor Penny, you name it, means none of them would like to do any changes or tweak any techniques or it's all about Vaibhav. Yes, he did not bat it for a long in the nets. All the three net sessions, he batted for around 20-25 minutes all 3 days, all three practice sessions. But obviously, and he mostly faced, he took throwdowns, faced Nandre Balder and other Rajasthan Royals net bowlers. So and he looked pretty relaxed. And it and the best part is that Vaibhav, it will be seen whether Vaibhav Suryavanshi can, because in any cricketer's life there will be failures. It's not that big. Even a Sachin Tendulkar or a Virat Kohli had failures in their career. So and the more the failures, the better for Vaibhav Suryavanshi. He will learn from his failures and mistakes. Yes, it was he missed out on the first ball, but it will really test his character whether he can bounce back and score some runs. Remember in the last game here, last season, he got out cheaply for only 4 runs, and Rajasthan Royals ending up losing the match by 1 run. But in this very particular ground, he scored 100 in Mustaq Ali Trophy. In fact, that was his maiden T20 100, and that was also youngest Indian to score a T20 100, and that too here at the Eden Gardens, where he scored 101, 108 not out of 61 balls against Maharashtra. So I think it will only test Vaibhav Suryavansh's character. Yes, there will be pressure, there will be constant scrutiny from the media, the fans, and everyone. But how he handles this pressure, how he handles the adversaries, how he handles the failures will test his character. Vaibhav.
I think
Just
it's
to add, since we are talking about Vaibhav Suryavanshi, just to add, the craze for Vaibhav Suryavanshi outside of Eden Gardens is unreal. Some of these people out here have come here. I overheard some of the conversations. They've come here just to watch him bat. There are kids, there are people our age, there are elderly individuals, all of them in Vaibhav Suryavanshi jerseys. And everybody is talking about him because obviously they have lost somewhat of hope because of KKR's performance. But they've come here. I mean, still, it's not that big of a turnout, but still, people have turned up, even in this heat, to watch Vaibhav Suryavanshi bat. So I think that's something that I noticed.
Yeah, see, that itself tells you that the Wonder Boy has got many fans already. He has got many fans. I haven't seen any cricketer who's got such big fan base like Vaibhav Suryavanshi. And if you want to know more about Vaibhav's journey, yeah, I think there is an
Okay,
update.
there's an update. Rajasthan Royals has won the toss and decided to bat first.
Okay, interesting. Very pretty interesting. Obviously, the conditions won't change. So Rajasthan Royals have won the toss and opted to bat first. So they are very confident. I think they are very confident of defending the total against this KKR batting lineup. Obviously, the best bowling attack in the power play overs: Jofra Archer, Andre Parkar, Sandeep Sharma. What do we have any update regarding the playing changes as well? Any changes in RR?
I couldn't see because we are outside. But as and when I get
Okay,
it,
yes, yes. As soon as we get an update, we will inform. But talking about Vaibhav Suryavanshi, as the craze is there, and if you want to know the journey of Vaibhav Suryavanshi, go out and watch. The videos, the documentaries. There are episodes released, well compiled by Devashish, our very own Devashish Sen and Shubhan Chakravarti, who went to his home place and unearth the stories that not many people know. So make sure you watch those episodes and know more about Vaibhav Suryavanshi and his journey. But more quick thoughts: the toss factor, RR winning the toss and opting to bat first. What do you make of this decision?
See, I think it's a good decision because it's a day game. It's not like conditions are going to change. Dew will not be a factor. So, and of course, they know they have their strengths in their openers, their number one down batter. So they would want to post a huge total on the scoreboard as much as possible. They are confident about their batting lineup. So I think it's a good decision on their part. Let's see what happens. I'm expecting, since they have opted to bat first, I'm expecting a run fest in the Eden Gardens.
Devashish, how many runs do you think RR will get on this track? Given that one side of the boundary is like 58 meters, on other side of the square is 70 meters. So I think maximum way batters will try to target that 58-meter boundary. So what score do you think RR will get in the first innings?
I think anything around 200. Means Eden Gardens, this will be Eden Gardens. In Eden Gardens, you always expect, and it has been the trend in last few seasons. It has always been a wicket where you can get at least 200, 220 runs. And if Vaibhav is someone like a Vaibhav and Riyan Parag and Yashasvi Jaiswal, we are only talking about Vaibhav Suryavanshi, but let's also talk about Yashasvi Jaiswal and Dhruv Jurel. Means those are the two main batters in this Rajasthan Royals batting lineup. Yashasvi Jaiswal and Dhruv Jurel both has contributed immensely. Yes, they haven't scored more than 200, but 170, 180, and both has very good strike rate. So I think if the top order clicks, if the top order, I will be interested in seeing Shimran Hetmar coming back into the playing 11. Yeah, Luan Ji
In place of
Pretorius.
Luhandi Proteus?
Yeah, I am expecting Shimran Hetmar because he
Edward
had
has
an
played well
extended
in the
batting
Eden
season.
Gardens during the World Cup.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
so
was batting at number.
I am expecting a Shimran Hetmar to come back into the playing 11. So now that Rajasthan Royals are batting first, obviously we would expect some fireworks at the start. And obviously, who better than Vaibhav Suryavanshi and Yashasvi Jaiswal? So let's see.
Will you straight away bowl up Sunil Narayan in the power play, knowing there are two left-handers? Sunil Narayan has been the best bowler for KKR this season so far. Obviously not the volume of wickets, one wicket every match is what he's getting, but obviously the economy rate is there, and he can be the bowler who can knock down the top order of RR, the left-handed duo of Yashasvi Jaiswal and Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Do you think this duel can decide the power play battle?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, you have to think out of the box, and so far, yeah, we have hardly seen any innovative moves from Kolkata Knight Riders team management. But yes, it won't be a bad idea. But I won't see. But whether you risk Varun Chakravarti, who is not at the best of his form, whether you risk him bowling in the power play, Simran Hetmire is back. As I say, Simran Hetmire is back for Rajasthan Royals. So I think
And
that's a very,
Brijesh
very
Sharma is
potent,
also there.
strong batting lineup. Pardon?
Brijesh Sharma is also there.
Vijay Sharma is also there. So there are a lot of firepower in that bowling attack. So is Nandre Barger playing? Is Nandre Barger and Jofra Archer both there in the playing 11? Because I haven't got the playing
No, to
11
stop this
yet.
one.
Yeah, yeah, both are there. I'll just read out the
Okay, yeah,
Rajasthan
just
Royals
read out the
playing
playing
11.
position.
I'll just read out the Rajasthan Royals playing 11. Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Dhruv Jurel, Riyan Parag, Simran Hetmire, Donovan Ferreira, Ravindra Jadeja, Jofra Archer, Nandre Bargar, Brijesh Sharma, and Ravi Bishnoi. So batting first. This is the playing 11. Ajinkya Rahane said they also wanted to bat first, but happy to lose the toss, and KKR are going with the same team. So no changes for KKR from the last game, uh, and
What
on
I
the
said.
expected line. On the
But
expected line,
how on Mark Vaibhav? Let me ask you.
I was expecting
Don't you
blessing,
expect a change?
honestly.
Don't you expect a change given the way they have performed so far? With losing 5 matches and yet you persist with. How on earth can you? It was high time you try someone like a Daksh Kamra or a Prashant Solanki or a Tejasvi
Tejasvi
Dahiya
Daya.
or
Yeah.
I don't know what a Sarthak Ranjan or a Manish Pandey or a Rahul
you're not
Tripathi.
naming Umran
Again, we
Malik,
are or Umran Malik, Umran or a Saurabh Dubey. Why this
Gaurav Dubey.
this is really really baffling. Less I speak, the better. Because I am so frustrated with this team. You can hardly make out. No, see, um, one would have expected. These are 5 losses, and Ajinkya Rahane comes to the press conference and speaks that he would look to make some changes in the combination. So where is the change? Where is the change? He speaks about changing in the combination, but we can hardly find that. So let's wait and watch. Once again, as I say, Rajasthan Royals. Yeah, I think that loss against Sunrisers Hyderabad, they must have what to say. They have learned the lesson and they will come hard. They will come hard at the KKR bowlers.
Let's see.
Also,
Let's
I
see what
think
happens with this.
versus Sunrise Hyderabad, it was the first time that their middle order was tested in this year's campaign because the top order was firing so much that the middle order didn't even get the chance to come out and do something. So maybe they have learned and they will introspect and they will come much stronger today.
Yeah, let's see what happens in this game. Yes, RR definitely has the firepower to outbat KKR in the first inning itself and seal the game there and there itself. But let's talk a bit about the evening game as well. The Punjab Kings versus the Lucknow Super Giants encounter. Punjab Kings the only unbeaten team in this tournament so far, and this year what is different is they are winning games at their home as well. Shreyas Iyer is scoring runs everywhere. He's looking in ominous form, and Lucknow Super Giants are very have been very inconsistent. If you look at their performance, last game Rishabh Pant got injured. We have no updates from the LSG camp as well, whether he will be available there, for this game as well or not. Then you have an inconsistent top order. Mitchell Marsh is not firing. Nicholas Puran is not firing. So there are a lot of concerns. Earlier we thought that LSG, their bowling will be a big worry this season, but it has been the opposite case. Batting hasn't fired, and this has been a big worry for LSG. Runs are not coming from anybody. Nobody is taking owners. Even Rishabh Pant, the half century that he scored in the winning cause against Sunrisers, that came at a snail pace. So, and in T20 cricket, 130, 140 strike rate at this time, and it's something not, that will not come good against Punjab Kings. So, LSG will have to, play out. Their players will have to play out of their skin in order to beat Punjab Kings. But Devashish, what are your what are the key things that you are looking forward to from this game, the Punjab Kings versus LSG? Is this the LSG bowling versus Punjab's batting, or the other way around?
No, no, I totally agree with you, Vaibhav. It's Punjab Kings batting versus Lucknow Super Giants bowling, and obviously someone like a Shreyas Iyer, he has been in phenomenal role, be it with his batting as well as captaincy. Uh, One second, Subain is here.
No issues. Yeah. Who is here? Oh, the biggest KKR fan is here. Let me make an early prediction. KKR is definitely not winning this game as well, just because that guy is there. So this is an early prediction. But yeah, you were saying on Punjab Kings batting and LSG bowling.
Yeah, I think it has to be Punjab Kings batting against Lucknow Super Giants bowling, and when you talk about Prop Singh and Priyank Saria, the rollicking start they have given so far for Punjab Kings, and they are the only unbeatable side, and they could have won 6 out of 6 had that match not been washed out here at Eden Gardens. So I think they are a team to beat certainly, and they have a overall they have a well knit side. And when it comes to their bowling as well, they have the firepower. So I think Lucknow Super Giants will have to play really well. And remember, this match is played at New Mulanpur, so familiar conditions. So I think for Lucknow Super Giants, they have to brush aside the two consecutive losses in the last game, and bounce back.
More, what are the changes that you are expecting from the Lucknow Super Giants? Can Mohsin Khan is fit? He has only played, I think, one game. Tom Moody, the director of cricket operations, he said that Mohsin Khan and Mayank Yadav both are fit, but somehow they are still not getting a chance. Okay, you have a lot of right-handed, good right-handed pacers in form, right-handed pacers in terms of Mohammad Shami, Prince Yadav, Avesh Khan bowled really well. But you will have to find a way to bring the Mohsin Khan, because he's that X factor. He brings that X factor. So how do you see Mohsin Khan playing this game, given the number of right-handed batters are there in the Punjab Kings lineup?
I don't see a change in the lineup, honestly, because as far as I think, I mean, yeah, Mohsin Khan, Mayank Yadav, all of them have come around really good, and they can be good options. But then at the end of the day, I think it's not the bowling that is the issue. It's their batting order that has been constantly faltering. It's the opening combination. It's what I really observed in their batting is that it's not necessary for one person to score a century or something. Each and every person has to chip in a little bit. That is not happening. They are relying on one person or two people to rescue them. Whichever two games they have won, if you notice, one against Sunrisers Hyderabad, Rishabh Pant played that slow knock, but he rescued them from that collapse. Against KKR, they were reliant on a Mukul Chaudhary till the very last end. So you did not see a collective contribution from the batting order. That has been their major point of concern. Most of these players, the openers, are unable to convert their starts. Nicholas Pooran is out of form. It could be because of the fact that his batting order got shuffled quite a bit, or maybe because of lack of game time due to retirement from international cricket. It could be anything, but their batting is the main point of concern. That needs to get fixed at first. So they need to probably, I don't know. Uh, I don't see any change happening in the squad, because I don't know if that is going to help, especially changing the bowlers. Because if you look at the power play bowling, it's good. Mohammad Shami, Prince Yadav, all of them have been doing really well. But their batting is the main point of concern, and they need to work on their individual forms and figure out the batting order at first. That is more important.
I think the spin department has also been a cause of concern. Digvesh Rathi is not looking the same
Digvesh
from
Rathi,
last
yes,
season.
yes, yes.
George
Pacers have
Linde
done well.
has
Yeah.
Yeah, George Linde has come in,
Digvesh
but
Rathi.
again, not getting enough overs under his belt. So I think there are concerns in the middle overs as well. Rishabh Pant's captaincy again once again is
Yeah.
under the radar. Will be under a lot of pressure. So let's see what happens in the evening as well. So before you guys go, I'll ask for the predictions. There was just two games. Tell me who is winning the first game and second game both.
Obviously, as a KKR fan, I would love to see KKR getting its first win of the season. But given the body language, I don't see. But still, I would back KKR. But if you really ask for my prediction, I would say Rajasthan Royals. If they can post anywhere around 220 to 225, I think match on because they have the bowling to restrict the KKR. Yes, in his wicket, his wicket you can chase the 200, 220, but I doubt whether the KKR batters has it in them. I doubt, but he will be for the top order, for Rajasthan Royals top order, the likes of Vaibhav, Yashasri, Riyan Parag, Simran Hetmar, and Dhruv Gure. If the top two among the top five, if this gets going, then I think Rajasthan Royals will fancy winning the match tonight. Today, rather.
Punjab or Lucknow.
Punjab, yes, because Punjab is the team to beat. Given the momentum, they are the only side to yet to lose. Only side in this IPL so far yet to lose a game. So my vote is on Punjab.
So RR and Punjab for Devashish. More, are you giving any chances to Lucknow or Kolkata?
No, honestly, because if you look at the head-to-head in KKR and Rajasthan Royals, records at this ground, you will see KKR are ahead. But since T20 game is all about current form and about whatever the team is doing at this point in time, I would definitely give KKR, sorry, Rajasthan Royals an upper hand. And next game, I'd say Punjab Kings, obviously. Great captaincy, great contribution from everyone. And of course, they've gone unbeaten until now, so Punjab Kings.
So let's see what happens. This brings the end to our show. We'll see you on the other side where the match ends. So all the best, guys. Thank you for joining, everyone, and thank you for watching. Do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.